Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Finally doing another video. But I'm going to do a little bit of herping, try to get some salamanders. We'll see what we can find. I'll let you know. If I can turn anything up, I guess I'll show all the finds, but I'm sure it'll just be a bunch of Blue Ridge Duskies and whatnot. But I mean, who knows? Nothing. Oh. Very nice. Oh crap. Okay, we got a double flip here. Let's see here. Southern Ravine Salamander. Whoa, he's spazzing out. There we go. Oh, there's a lot of stuff underneath this one. Okay, first off, dang. Okay, I'll get back to you in a second. I need to get this under. Okay, everybody. So I got the situation under control. It was a little interesting. A lot of salamanders underneath this one, so I kind of catch them off camera and put them in here because I'm trying to film them, and these suckers are fast. But we have two ravine salamanders. Some call them southern ravine salamanders, but we're about the southern extent of their range, which is pretty interesting. But you can tell they are different from redbacks because they have a longer, more worm-like body shape and more brassy flecking on the top. And you flip them over, their belly is darker than a redbacks would be, but I'm not going to do that to these guys because it's not that nice. And here we have, I'm not even going to take them out, Blue Ridge Dusky Salamander, not Dusky, Blue Ridge two-line Salamander, but I think this is a male, and you can tell it's Blue Ridge because it has spots all the way down the tail and just kind of range in habitat. But I've also found southern at this location as well. Here's one last look at these guys before I put them back underneath their rock, and I'll get back to you with the next find, but this is a pretty good start. Okay, so next herp of the night is, oh man, try to get this guy to focus really quick. There we go. A little Blue Ridge Dusky Salamander. Kind of a dull one, but a neat one, endemic to the region, so I mean, it's always nice, but they're pretty dirt common at 3,500 feet in this area. But it's still a fun one. All right, next find of the night. I actually think, oh no. Well, hopefully you got a good look at him. I believe that was a southern two-line salamander, which is an interesting change in scenery from the Blue Ridge we have around here pretty often. He is gone, but hope you enjoyed looking at him for 5 seconds. Okay, so I got this dude back off camera, but as you can see, oh no. He superficially looks like a Blue Ridge two-line, except his tail does not have any markings on it whatsoever. It's just pretty clear. So I'm thinking this is likely a southern. I have had a few at this location before, but it's definitely the rarer of the two. But yeah, it's a pretty nice one. Let me know if anybody has any opinions on this guy. But I am definitely thinking southern. But I mean, it could just be a really light Blue Ridge. I mean, you never know. Here is the next herp of the night, or day, whatever, afternoon, late afternoon. A female Blue Ridge, oh no. Be gentle with these guys. Female Blue Ridge two-lined, speckling all the way down the tail. Pretty sizable, I guess, for a Blue Ridge. But I believe this is a gravid female because you can kind of see a little bit of eggs in there, I think, but I'm going to leave this girl alone, get back to it. Here's an ever so slightly nicer Blue Ridge Dusky Salamander. A little bit more gold on this guy, some nice defined back patterning. But it's a pretty highly variable species, so it's interesting to see. I'm going to leave this guy to it. I'm sure we'll see plenty more of them. I'll probably stop filming them at some point, but I've only found a couple today. So here we have yet, oh no, here we have yet another Blue Ridge two-line. I believe this is also a female. It's lacking their sensory organs on the chin, and it's also larger. But as you can see, okay, it's gone. But had a lot less spotting on, or had a lot less spotting on the tail than you'd expect. But it still looked within the reasonable margins. But this is the habitat we're in right now, next to a little seepage area, kind of some mixed hardwood, a little bit of pine, a lot of great rhododendron. It's pretty interesting habitat. Get back to you if we find something. Well, this is interesting. This is kind of back in the middle of nowhere, honestly, and it looks like there's a little spring bowl here. There's actually a rock, and there's a spring coming out of it. There's just poplar growing on it. But it looks like somebody came and cut off part of its root. Don't really know what's up with that. It's kind of strange, but looks like they also disturbed a lot of the rocks and cover out here, which is kind of upsetting. But I guess it is what it is. I have no idea who did this, but yeah, what's the thing? On another note, if anybody is down here or anywhere, not even just North Carolina, anywhere there are salamanders and you're looking for them, please be really respectful of their habitat, as they're very fragile. And don't go cutting down the trees they live underneath of for no reason, because it's kind of not cool. But always make sure to put the rocks and logs and whatever you're flipping back where you found them, and handle them carefully with wet hands and all that, and you're good to go. Do a couple wide flips and probably not see anything. That is fine. Let's see. This is always a good rock. That is nothing. Oh, we got something down there. Oh gosh, what is it? Black-bellied salamander. Another sort of endemic to the region, but it's a dusky salamander species, so like related to northern dusky and all that. But just duller overall markings than seal salamanders, but they both share the same habitat. And there are no northern duskies that I've been able to find in this location, although a couple hundred feet lower and about a mile away there's a couple. But it's usually safe to assume at this site they're all black-bellied, but they're called black-bellied salamanders. Oh, they're called black-bellied salamanders because their underside is very dark compared to other species in the genus. And he is a gone black-bellied salamander. Well, hope you enjoyed that. Here's a pretty good little log. Anybody home? I do not believe so, unfortunately. Here's a look at some of the more upland habitat I'm searching away from the creek, but it's very mossy. A lot of deciduous trees, but also some rhododendrons and pines and whatnot. But the most common species up in this is, especially this time of year, just cooling down, is Ravine Salamanders, which is pretty interesting because from what I understand, they're usually relatively uncommon within their range, but this seems to be a great spot for them. They do really well here, apparently. There's one right now. That actually might not be a ravine. That could quite possibly be, no, that's just a ravine. Okay, here's a look at that kind of darker belly. He flipped over. Here's a look, yeah. Okay, that's not gonna work. But, yeah, there's a look at that darker belly. Kind of less speckling than redbacks. A little bit of a longer worm-shaped body, if you will. And maybe you can get a better look at this kind of brassy flecking he's got going on there. A little bit of that. But, yeah. Seems to be a lot of them here, which is pretty cool, and hopefully it's a good sign this. Oh, here's a eastern hemlock. Pretty nice. Well, I had a couple logs I laid out for the hopes of salamanders, and slippery little sucker. Try not to drop them, but kind of hard one-handed. Another ravine salamander, a little juvenile, very brassy, dark underbelly, all that jazz. But if you were out of their range, I mean, obviously they don't occur out of their range, duh, but you wouldn't really be able to tell this from a redback, especially the juveniles. I mean, the adults probably set off some red flags, but these little guys, I mean, they look pretty similar. Well, here's something pretty strange. This is a little juvenile ravine salamander that appears to, well, obviously is dead, but I don't know how that could have happened. It's kind of out in the middle of the forest, but I don't know. Maybe something got to him. Looks like it bit off more than just his tail, but a little dried up, crispy ravine salamander. Weird. This is probably the last herp of the night before I call it a day, but this is a beautiful, nice adult Ravine Salamander. Good example of what they should look like. Not dead and dried up for, I don't even know how that happened, but this is probably going to be the last one. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll get back to it soon. Probably doing some more herping and stuff like this, and hopefully maybe some stuff in some higher elevation spruce fir, trying to get some wellers and northern pygmies. But I'll see you eventually. Hope you enjoy it. Like and subscribe if you want to.